Oh my gosh. Okay, what's up? TeaTime, MrFarr, drop bars. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Don't ring, car alarms. I'm back. We go. Holla. Up though. Oh my gosh. I think we gotta go like this. Yeah. This is just crazy. I do not like how this works, but that's okay. Hopefully this recording will come out better. Last time I recorded on TikTok Live, it came out trash. And if it comes out like that again, I'm going to have to re-record everything, which sucks. But welcome to Tea Time with MrFarr. This is a podcast that I record live on TikTok, and then I will post to my actual podcasting site, which is going to be just YouTube for right now. So I do have a YouTube. I'll probably put it up over here or maybe over there, one of those two, and it will be I'll keep playing the music for a little bit, and then it will be, what will it be? Then you can follow me there and you can see the podcast. So if you haven't watched any of it, yeah, you can definitely watch that. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover a few different topics, and one will be AI generated. The other one will be MrFarr generated. We'll tell a story, and if there's anybody in the chat there, then we'll go ahead and I'll pull up the chat, because I think I know how to do it. See? Oh, come on. So I can pull up the chat like that. So I'm learning a few things. The sound quality last time came out like absolute garbage. So hopefully the image and the sound quality will be a little bit better today. Anyhow, I've been watching. Obviously, you can see I'm a Bulls fan. So, well, there you go. You can see I'm a Bulls fan. So yeah, yeah. In case anybody's asking questions, they're like, "Oh, we're getting." No, I'm a Bulls fan. Yes, I do like to see exciting basketball. That's why there's a basketball game on right now, and I am not watching. And the main reason I'm not watching is because they're boring. They are boring. So the Minnesota Timberwolves and who are those other jokers? Whoever it is, Minnesota Timberwolves and Denver Nuggets, they are boring teams to watch. So I'm not watching them. But let's just dig right into the first topic. And hopefully I will edit it and put it down here. I think that's what worked out well during the last podcast is hold on, let me pull it up, because I had the AI generated, and hopefully, oh yeah, that won't do anything. Okay, cool. Because whoops. Okay, so yeah, put all that on this side. Hopefully that's not like messing up the stream. And then I actually am recording, so that's also good. And so let's go with this, because I actually asked, there's been a new AI that, and I mentioned them on the last podcast, and it's called Pi. So it's like heypi.com. That's actually what it is. So I've been talking to that one. That one's actually a conversational AI, and it's been actually really freaking pretty cool. Like pretty cool. It can do some things. But it's not like ChatGPT, where ChatGPT can write whole codes and do more complex things. I forgot what kind of AIs they call themselves, but the kind that they are, they're both the same. It's just that this Hey Pi one is just specifically for conversations. So what's up to the people who are watching? Cool. I'm glad to have you here again. I'm recording this podcast live and direct, and then I will post it regularly on YouTube. So MrFarr 209. Okay. Anyway, and hopefully by the end of it, we'll have a few people in there. And if you guys put anything in the chat, we'll pull that up, and then we'll talk about those things. So thank you for liking it too. Thank you for sending those likes. So what we're going to do, let's see. Let me see how I can do this to where, okay, yeah. Put this and then put this over here. I think that's what, actually, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Oh, that's part of this live part of trying to do this. And should be better prepared, but I'm not. So it is what it is. Okay, so I got the list up over here, and I screenshotted it. So when I edit it, I'll put it up over here. But for the live folks, y'all just gonna have to hear me out. You're gonna have to ear me out. Okay, you're gonna have to ear me out for the people on the live. So one of the things I asked the AI, I said, okay, those are some great topics. And I said, hey, what about some as it pertains to like self-care as teachers or in general in the workplace? And I actually should have set this also for students because I could give some recommendations for that. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about was setting boundaries, right? And so usually you think about boundaries, it's like the outer, right? Like the things that encapsulate. So like your fence line at your house, right? So like boundaries, right? And setting healthy boundaries. And so as a teacher, this was something that was extremely difficult for me, especially at the beginning, because I wanted to do everything and I wanted to say yes to everything, and I wanted to do everything for students. I wanted to do everything for the admin. I wanted to do everything for everything. Let me just keep it 100. The only boundary I had is that I wouldn't coach. And of course they asked me to coach and I was like, nah, I cannot coach. And the reason I cannot coach, right? I'm going to see if I can adjust my camera just a little bit. All right. And the reason I cannot coach is mainly because my daughters played sports and I wanted to be there for all of their different things that they have going on. So that was the main reason that I said no to coaching. This year I'm like open to coaching, but I'm not sure that I'm going to say yes, because this will be the first year that I have without any kind of extra things. So setting healthy boundaries, and for me the difficult part was saying like I can take a whole day and not work. And so I have always like worked on like I've done, like you work all day Friday. On Saturday I still would spend 4 to 6 hours working. Sunday is a work day for teachers. Contrary to popular belief, we do have the weekends off, but not really. I mean, you can, but I don't know how you can not work on the weekend and still grade everything and be active in the classroom all the time. Because if you're not grading in the classroom, I don't know when you're grading, right? Because there's not enough time in my school day because I have other things I have to do that. So setting boundaries to say, you know what? No, you do not have to grade. No, you do not have to work on things on Saturday has been helpful. Also, setting specific days to grade. Hey, what's up? What's up? I see you in the chat. How you doing? Setting specific days to grade. So I grade on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Sundays. If I want to grade on any other days, then I'm cool. But other than that, I set that boundary Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. That way I wasn't grading and killing myself every day. Like literally that first year, I remember falling asleep grading, like literally like that. It was crazy because I didn't have boundaries and I was just exhausted all the time. I would go to work and be there at 6:45 trying to do this and that, staying after late. It was just crazy, but I had to set boundaries for myself to say it's okay. And part of it was in my mindset of thinking like, I have to be working. And it was so hard to break that, to be like, no, you can take a break. So on Friday when I got home, I didn't do anything. I meant to do some stuff yesterday. I really should have because I knew I should have worked a little bit harder on school stuff yesterday, but I didn't. And you know what? That's okay. That's one of those things about boundaries, of not trying to beat yourself up, because the reality is I need to be the best version of myself for my students in the classroom. And sometimes when I push myself too hard to do all these other things, then I'm not the best version of myself for my students. And in the end, the relationships with my students feeling like I care about them, my students feeling happy about the classroom that they're in, the teacher's demeanor, all those things are the most important things. Those things are more important than freaking if I graded this assignment or got this done or whatever, these other things, right? And that's just the way I see it. People can think this or that, but that's just the way I see it. Also, I think this is very much in the work world too. And as a student, I feel that too. Like, you got to have boundaries, even though some students, I think they have unhealthy boundaries, because the unhealthy boundary is like, as soon as it's 3:05, I don't do anything. I will not do one assignment after that time. And it's crazy because you're not doing the work in class. And then you're like, I refuse to do anything outside of the class. And I'm like, well, when you going to get it done? because as a teacher, we can't keep giving you extra time. So I think students have kind of a little bit in the reverse, right? That a lot of them have unhealthy boundaries where they've got to get some work done at home. And that's just the way that it be. So, that's enough about that topic and setting boundaries. But I think you really got to look at yourself and say, what are the areas where I'm going too hard? I'm doing too much, and I'm not setting really healthy boundaries for myself. And some of that for me, can y'all hear that? The windows open. That was loud as heck. I'm guessing since it's now about to be springtime, that kind of mess will start happening all the time. It's going to be funny. Anyway, that was too loud. Now I know Corey X Kitchen. He is my favorite YouTuber. Him and Unbox Therapy and Lou Later. Lou Later and Unbox Therapy, the same person. Okay, just two different formats, but they are my favorite YouTubers. So they be talking. Well, Lou Later doesn't, because they like recording in a basement. But Corey X Kitchen be talking about that, about like, dang, why you can't? Anyway, it's cool. So the thing that I wanted to talk about was this last thing, and I don't have an answer for this, but if people got an answers, there's some people in the chat, maybe you can type out some answers, because maybe you can type out an answer, because I don't got an answer for this. All right, we just came back from spring break last week. So literally we have about 5 weeks before school ends. Okay. I teach 8th grade. Now it's a little bit worse with 8th graders because they're leaving the school. Like no matter what, they're out of here. They're like leaving the school. But this happens at every grade level, is how to keep students and teachers, both people need to be motivated, how to keep them motivated for the end of the school year, like to get everything done. How do we keep everyone motivated to get everything done for the end of the school year? And how do you, as a teacher, have good boundaries of saying, like, we got to keep the rules and then lighten up just a little bit? But it's hard because there's behaviors. It's like we came back from spring break, in this 1 week, I literally had to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had to start 6 referrals. So for me, the process for a referral is basically when I write on the 3rd step of a referral, that's when you get it. So if I've talked to you a couple times in class, like we on step 1. Even though technically I've already talked to you a couple times. So I'm not like super strict. Like some students are like, oh, but I'm like, no, I'm not super strict. Like if I talk to you and you can correct your behavior, we good. But if I got to keep talking, if I got to do all that, then freaking we done. You know what I mean? But well, someone typed in the chat. I'm going to get to you as soon as I answer this. So stay in here. So if I got to keep talking to you, then I'll write a step 1 and I'll let you know. And then I think going forward for me, once we get on a step 2, so before we get to an ODR, once we get to the step 2, I'm contacting home, no questions asked, period, point blank. If we get to a step 2, like the next day we having issues again and I have to address you multiple times, you can't correct yourself, bam, we on step 2, I'm calling home. So for that, for one student, I wrote the whole ODR. I just have to turn it in. So on Monday when we go, the ODR is already written. It's going straight to the office. And I already contacted home for them. I actually got to follow up because I called that parent. They didn't answer. And I always call twice. Let me tell you that. I always call twice just to make sure you see me. But they didn't answer. So I sent home a parent square. There hasn't been a response over this weekend, which means I got to call again and make sure they actually got the parent square because I'm not tech savvy enough to see if they actually read it or not. I'm going to see if I can figure that out. I might be able to Google that and find it out. Okay. The other parent I called and they were like, don't worry. I will take care of this immediately. And I said, chill, like, I didn't tell them chill, but I was kind of trying to get them to chill, to be like, hey, just a conversation will probably be cool. But I guess when your teacher's calling home, it ain't just a conversation. Because this happened to my daughter. Her teacher emailed us, like me and her mom. And we was like, oh, we lighten you up because we know by the time the teacher is getting to call home or contact home, we know they done already talked to you probably like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. We teachers, we be in the class, we know. So, that's just one of those interesting things. So I've had to do that this week. And mind you, this will be the first ODR or referral. I think it's often office. I want to say detention, but I don't think it's called. I don't know what it's called. Whatever it's called, office, whatever, referral. So I'll be right. So that's the first one that I'm going to give out this very year. So it's kind of crazy, kind of sucks, but it just is what it is. There's not very much else that I can do about that. That student really deserved it. Their behaviors throughout the day were just freaking ridiculous. Freaking ridiculous. Someone said it's office discipline referral. Yeah, you right. That's probably what it is. I don't even know what it's called. So I just don't have a lot of answers. So I'm going to try and keep things fun, try and keep some breaks in there. And try and finish off teaching the few things. We do have a movie week in there, so we've got 2 weeks of learning, a movie week, 2 more weeks of learning, and then I think we're on to the last week. And for us, and in there somewhere, we're going to go to the water slides, so we don't got a lot of like crazy academic stuff. I think I'll just try and keep encouraging my students each week, and we'll just go for. I don't really know what to do, and maybe I should ask them directly. That's always to me one of those good things. And sometimes teachers don't do that. Like we think we have all the answers, but the reality is we don't. So maybe I'll just ask my students directly, like, hey, what would keep you motivated in these last few days? So if I have any students who are watching, I'm actually going to pull up the chat right now so we can chat for a few minutes, and then we're up out of this episode. I think it's episode 3 of this podcast. Hopefully it recorded well, or else I'm about to be mad. But hopefully it recorded well. So let's pull up the chat, and then let me see if can I go back? Oh, I can't. But I think I got the chat on the side. Let me just give me a second. I'm gonna read what's in the chat. Motivated for the last day of school, water day. So you saying like motivated for the last day of school of water day? Yeah, you know what? It is kind of hard with trying to make sure that students are. Oh, can I make the chat bigger? I think I can. Since is it a live? Let me see. Can I click on this? Oh, I can pop it out. Oh, wait. No, I don't want to play games. I don't want to play. Oh, wait. Oh, so I can move the chat around, and then can I make it bigger? Oh, I can, so I can read it, and then y'all don't have to see it. It's just on the screen. Come on. Okay, TikTok, I see you. I'm so motivated. Oh, they said, I'm so motivated for the last day of school of the water day. Yeah, and if you get in trouble between now and then you won't be at the water day or participating all the way. I always let my classes vote and have a choice on things. Oh, Mrs. Escalana. Hopefully I got that right. I am so sorry if I didn't. I am glad to see you on here. So you let your classes vote and have a choice on things. And when you say vote and have a voice on, or a choice on things, what do you mean exactly? So I usually try to get some input from my students, and so I try and do that. Someone said, what's your favorite food in the chat? While I'm waiting for you, hopefully, Sarah, you're still on here. I'll see what's up. But what's your favorite food? I don't really have one. That topic seems to come up a lot. I don't really have a favorite food. I'm gonna be honest. I really go with we had today. This is what we had. I had fried chicken, and then I had some rice with sausage over it, but then I had like jambalaya rice as well. So we had fried chicken, jambalaya rice last night. Ooh, let me tell you what, it was super good. So I like a lot of different foods. I like them to be flavorful and savory. So I really like that in general. So I like a lot of different foods. Like I really like spaghetti. Chicken Alfredo was my favorite food as a child, as a kid, as a young person. Chicken Alfredo was my favorite one. But yeah, that's just what it is. So I don't think that Sarah or Mrs. Kalana. Dude, you know what? I'm just gonna put her name in the Google and be like, pronounce it for me so I can pronounce it correctly. Because I that's one of those things I'm big on. I'm big on about pronouncing people's names correctly. Because man, I have a weird first name, and because of that, people used to call me all kinds of things, which I will not mention here on this chat. And I used to just let it slide because I was like, oh, it's close enough. But the reality is, no, that's not good enough. People can call you by your actual name. And they can make an effort to call you by the name that you were given and give you that respect. You know what I mean? So that's just where I'm at with that. Anyway, that's a whole nother side subject. But I kind of like class choice. And right now I'm kind of running a little bit of a competition between my classes for prizes. So I'm going to see what I can do. Okay, you done put the whole... Oh, but I don't see it over here in this chat. Oh, there it is. Eskulonu. Lonu. That's got to be wrong. Eskulonu. Is that correct? Eskulonu? I'm thinking it's not. I'm thinking I'm messing that up too. I apologize. I'm gonna call you Miss Sarah, and I'm gonna keep working. Oh, on your name. Ugh. Anyhow, when you were saying that you let your classes vote, what does that mean exactly? Maybe sometime would. Yeah, that's right. Long O at the end. New. Okay. Eskulonu. What? Okay. That's cool. I'm gonna keep working on it. Matter of fact, I'm taking a straight little screenshot. Because I'm gonna get your name right. That's we is gonna do that. We is gonna do that. New is in rhyming with huh. Eskulona. Eskulona. Yeah, okay. That to me makes more sense in my brain. Eskulona. Yeah, are we in there? Eskulona. They're gonna be like, MrFarr, what's your problem? Oh, okay. I'm feeling a little bit confident now. But maybe I don't know if you can stream, because I don't know how many followers you have, but maybe sometime if you'd be willing to, and I haven't figured all that out yet, but I would put you on a list of people that it would just be cool to hear from other educators, right? And then just talk about some of these common topics and these common things. And again, one is just from the AI, one is from me. But hey, let me know if you would be willing to do that. But long story short, I think we are about up out of time. It is 8:25, not a problem. I want to keep my podcast between like 20 to 30 minutes. I think that would be cool, biteable chunks. And I think mainly because that's the time frame I like for videos. If videos are super, super long, I may or may not watch them, or I have to watch them in parts. You know what I mean? But I think we covered some good ground today, and I thank you for everyone who tuned in live. And for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, I appreciate you. And I will say this, hey, do what you do and carry on. All right, y'all, I'm out of here.